Hello, hello. Welcome back to our learning adventure. I am so excited to share today's story with you. Let's learn, practice, and grow our English together. Let's go!
Welcome back to English for Beginners. I am here with you today to embark on a long, deep, and calm journey toward fluency. Many people ask me, how can I stop translating in my head? How can I think in English directly? The answer is very simple, yet it requires some patience. It requires us to create an environment where English is not just a language you study, but a language you live. By the end of this series, you will no longer feel that English is a stranger. It will become your close friend. We will explore your day together, your morning, your afternoon, your evening, and even your inner thoughts. I want you to find a quiet place now. Maybe you are walking, or in your car, or sitting down to enjoy a coffee. The place doesn't matter. What truly matters is your presence and your focus with me. I will speak very slowly, and I will repeat ideas so they sink into your mind. My goal is to build your confidence, step by step. If you feel tired, take a deep breath. And if you feel lost, simply listen again. You are doing something great for your brain.
Let's start now with the very foundation of your day, the morning. The morning is the architect of your day. If you start your morning with intention, the rest of your day follows that rhythm. Let's start with the basic sentences and build up to complex thoughts. I wake up at 7 o'clock when the sun begins to rise. I feel the quiet of the house, and I appreciate the peace. Before I move, I take a moment to just be.
Let me tell you about my morning routine. Years ago, I used to jump out of bed as if I were running a race. I would check my phone, my email, my messages. My mind would immediately fill with the stress of the day. But then I learned a different way. I started waking up 15 minutes earlier. I decided that this time was mine. I started practicing my English here. I would describe the room. I would say, the window is open. The air is cool. My bed is warm. It sounds trivial, but describing your immediate environment is the fastest way to bridge the gap between your thoughts and your voice. Try it. What do you see right now? Describe it in English. Don't worry about being fancy. Just be true. I stretch my arms and feel my body waking up, muscle by muscle. I understand that my first thoughts define my mood for the next 12 hours. I choose to say, today is a day of learning. Let me tell you about my morning routine. Years ago, I used to jump out of bed as if I were running a race. I would check my phone, my email, my messages. My mind would immediately fill with the stress of the day. But then I learned a different way. I started waking up 15 minutes earlier. I decided that this time was mine. I started practicing my English here. I would describe the room. I would say, the window is open. The air is cool. My bed is warm. It sounds trivial, but describing your immediate environment is the fastest way to bridge the gap between your thoughts and your voice. Try it. What do you see right now? Describe it in English. Don't worry about being fancy. Just be true. I stretch my arms and feel my body waking up, muscle by muscle. I understand that my first thoughts define my mood for the next 12 hours. I choose to say, today is a day of learning. Notice the difference between I wake up and I woke up. I wake up describes your habit, your life. I woke up is a story from the past. Today, we focus on your life, so we stay in the present. Say it with me. I wash my face. I brush my teeth. I prepare my breakfast. I wash my face with cool water to sharpen my focus and clear my mind. I dry my face gently and I look at myself in the mirror. I tell the person in the mirror, "You are doing great. Keep going." There is something magical about a morning coffee or tea. It is a ritual that has existed for centuries. For me, making coffee is my first English lesson. I pour the water and I say, "The water is boiling." I grind the beans. The coffee is fresh. I smell it. This is the best smell in the world. By narrating my life, I turn a boring chore into an English class. You have chores too. You do dishes, you drive to work, you walk to the shop. Do not waste these moments. Turn them into your classroom. I pour the hot coffee slowly, watching the steam rise into the air. I do not look at the news. I look at my goals for the day. I visualize my day going perfectly, and I feel calm. I am in control of my time, not the other way around. We have already laid the foundation of your day in the morning. Now we enter the most challenging part of the day, the afternoon. This is where most people lose their focus. This is where your energy drops and where the world demands your attention. But for us, the afternoon is not just about finishing tasks. It is a laboratory for your English. It is where you take the language out of the safety of your home and into the world. If you can stay calm in English during a busy afternoon, you can do anything. Let's continue our journey. The Afternoon Deep Dive. 800 words. I step into my afternoon with a clear mind and a steady heart. I look at my task list and I feel capable of handling everything. I understand that being busy is not the same as being productive. I understand that being busy is not the same as being productive. I remember a very busy Tuesday last year. My inbox was full. I had 5 different people asking for things at the same time. I felt the pressure in my chest. Usually, I would respond quickly, often making mistakes and feeling more stressed. But that day, I decided to do something different. I told myself, "Tom, take 1 minute. Breathe. Answer 1 email, but do it in your best English." I didn't rush. I wrote, "I have received your request. I will work on it now." It was simple, but it was professional. By slowing down, I actually worked faster. When you feel pressured, that is exactly when you must slow down your speaking and your thinking. I check my emails one by one, giving each message my full attention. I write my replies with care, ensuring my message is clear and kind. I believe that simple English is often the most powerful English. Pause. Do you ever have that voice in your head that says, "This is too hard. I don't know the words"? We all have that voice. In the afternoon, that voice gets louder because we are tired. I want you to replace that voice. When you face a difficult task, talk to yourself in English. Say, "This is a challenge, but I am learning. When you label your experience in English, you take the power away from the fear. You are no longer a victim of the hard task. You are a student of it. I focus on the process, not just the result. I take short breaks to walk, move, and refresh my perspective. During these breaks, I practice my pronunciation by speaking out loud. I realize that every mistake I make is a bridge to my success. I am becoming more fluent every time I choose to speak.
I recall being in a meeting with people who spoke English very fast. I felt intimidated. I wanted to hide. But then I looked at my notebook and saw the sentence I wrote. I have a question. That's all I needed. I raised my hand and said, I have a question. Can you explain that again, please? Everyone stopped. They explained it slowly. They respected me for asking. You see, being an English learner does not make you weak. Being an English learner makes you courageous. You are trying to do something difficult. Never apologize for being a learner. I am not afraid to ask for clarification when I do not understand. Asking for help is a sign of intelligence, not a sign of weakness. I communicate my ideas clearly because I think before I speak. I respect my own pace, and I do not compare myself to others.
In the afternoon, we often use the present continuous. I am working. I am thinking. I am learning. Why? Because you are in the middle of the action. It is happening now. Say these phrases with me. I am doing my best. I am getting better. I am building my future. Hear the rhythm. I am. This is your power. You are in the process of becoming who you want to be. I am constantly upgrading my skills, one sentence at a time. I handle pressure by breathing and focusing on the present moment. I am proud of the progress I made during these long hours. I keep my desk clean and organized because it helps my mind stay clear. I am ready for the final tasks of the day.
We have survived the morning, and we have conquered the afternoon. Now we arrive at the most sacred time of the day, the evening. The evening is where the soul rests. It is where you move from the doing mode to the being mode. In many cultures, the evening is for family, for reflection, and for peace. When you speak English at night, you aren't just practicing a language, you are telling the story of your day to yourself. This is the ultimate form of fluency, narrating your own life in another tongue. I want you to feel the comfort of your home, the relief of finishing your tasks, and the power of gratitude. Let's breathe in the peace of the evening. I walk through my front door and leave the weight of the day behind. I feel the transition from the busy world to the sanctuary of my home. I change into my comfortable clothes, signaling to my body that it is time to relax. I want to share a practice that changed my life. I call it the kitchen narrator. Every night when I prepare my dinner, I narrate every action. Not for anyone else, only for me. I say, I am washing the vegetables. The water is cold and fresh. I am cutting the bread. It is soft. At first, it felt like I was talking to myself in a strange way, but then I realized this is how children learn their first language. They narrate their play. They name the objects they touch. Why should we, as adults, be any different? When you hold an apple and say apple, you are not just thinking of the word, you are feeling the weight of the apple in your hand. This sensory connection is the key to deep memory. I prepare my dinner with care, appreciating the colors and the smells of the ingredients. I move slowly, enjoying the rhythm of cooking, knowing that I am nourishing my body. I sit down to eat, and I practice being fully present with my food.
Do you keep a journal? If not, I want you to start today. Not a long one, just a small one. Write 3 things you are grateful for. Why? Because the brain is naturally wired to focus on the problems. We worry about money, work, or our progress. But gratitude flips the switch. When you write, "I am grateful for the warm sun," or "I am grateful for this English practice," you are physically changing your brain. You are telling your subconscious that your life is good. And when you do this in English, you associate the language with happiness, not with stress or exams. I take out my journal and I reflect on the day that has passed. I find 3 things that brought a smile to my face today. I write them down in clear, simple English, feeling the gratitude as I write. I acknowledge that I did my best, and that is enough. I release the need to be perfect, and I embrace the joy of being human.
Whether you live alone, with a partner, or with your family, the evening is about connection. If you have someone to talk to, try to share one thing about your day in English. Even if they don't speak it well, it doesn't matter. The act of sharing is what counts. If you are alone, share it with your journal, or even share it with me here in your mind. Tell me about your day. I am listening. I spend time with the people I love, listening to their stories with an open heart. I share my own stories, finding joy in the simple act of expression. I listen to the silence of the room, feeling thankful for the safety of my home. I am grateful for the journey of today, the ups and the downs. I prepare my mind for sleep, letting go of all the noise of the outside world.
Let's practice the past tense of reflection. I did. I felt. I learned. These words show that your day has meaning. Say them with me. I did something good today. I felt proud of my effort. I learned that I am growing. Repeat them until they feel natural, until they feel like your truth. I reflect on my progress, knowing that growth is a slow and beautiful process. I prepare for a deep, restful sleep, knowing that tomorrow is a new beginning. I am at peace with myself, my language, and my life. I am ready to rest, feeling grateful for every single word I practiced today. I close my eyes and breathe, allowing the language to settle in my heart. You have made it. We have walked through the morning light, faced the afternoon challenges, and embraced the peace of the evening. You are not the same person you were at the beginning of this episode. Your brain has been working, your muscles have been practicing, and your confidence has been growing. This final part is about cementing your fluency. It's about taking the habit you built today and turning it into a lifestyle. I stand on the edge of tomorrow, and I feel ready for what lies ahead. I understand that fluency is not a destination, it is a way of living. I promise myself that I will continue this practice, no matter how busy life becomes. I want to tell you about a marathon runner I know. He told me that during the race, he never looks at the finish line. If he looks at the finish line, he feels tired. Instead, he looks at the ground right in front of him. He focuses on the next step. He tells himself, just 10 more steps, then just 10 more. English is exactly like that. If you focus on becoming fluent in a day, you will quit. But if you focus on today's practice, if you focus on the next 10 sentences, you will never stop. Mastery is simply the sum of many, many small, boring steps taken with love. I choose to focus on my daily progress rather than the distant goal. I understand that consistency is more important than intensity. I show up for myself every day, even when I don't feel like it.
I want you to close your eyes, or if you are driving or walking, just imagine this clearly. Picture yourself 1 year from now. Imagine yourself walking into a room where everyone is speaking English. You are not nervous. You are not searching for words. You are laughing. You are explaining your ideas. You are connecting with people from different countries. How does that feel? It feels natural, doesn't it? That version of you is not a dream. It is a reality that is currently being built by the practice you are doing right now. Every word you repeat, every sentence you form, you are building that version of yourself. I see myself speaking with ease, confidence, and a natural rhythm. I hear my own voice, and I am proud of the progress I have made. I recognize that my language skills are a key that opens infinite doors. I am grateful for the challenges because they have made me stronger. I am committed to my growth, and I trust in the process.
I want to thank you for your time, your focus, and your courage. You have invested in yourself today. You have proven that you are serious about your future. Do not let this effort go to waste. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, remember the sentences we practiced. When you sit with your coffee, narrate your day. When you face a challenge in the afternoon, talk to yourself in English. And when you go to bed, count your blessings in English. You are part of the English for Beginners community now. We are growing together. I am Tom, and I have been honored to guide you through these words. Keep speaking, keep dreaming, keep living in English. I will see you in the next episode, and until then, believe in your voice, because the world is waiting to hear it. Good night, good morning, or good day, wherever you are. Keep going. Bye-bye for now.